Okay, I'm back in the car. I just worked out for the first time and I don't know how long. Maybe this was not a good choice because it's really hot outside, as I mentioned, as most of you probably know. But I did it. So, and I feel like I'm dying. But while I was out on my walk, I had a couple of thoughts, one in particular. I'm a big fan of Disney, love Disney. They really can do no wrong, except they kind of did.
How do you solve the problem of Tiana?
The Tiana question. So, I was so excited 2009 when Tiana came onto the scene finally after how many years? 70, 80 years? I don't know. We've had Disney princesses since the 30s, but we have not had one since Tiana, if you know what I mean. So was really excited about Tiana coming, and I could not have been prouder of her. Even the first time I watched the movie, so immensely proud of her. I was like, we have somebody who little girls can look up to finally, that look like them, that are like them. And I thought, she's beautiful too. Like beautiful, smart, strong, good head on her shoulders. I was like, I like that. But here was the problem. Over the years, we've kind of noticed, or not noticed, but people have been talking about, and I noticed it, but I think I finally took off the rose-colored glasses, is that, Tiana's a frog for most of her own movie. Which, I mean, if you look at it, follows in line with a lot of other characters of color who have turned into something for a good portion of their own movie and have not been able to be present in human form throughout the entirety of their own film. I'm not really going to go too deep into that because I feel like there's so many other videos out there that already did that deep dive, and I'm not a really deep dive. This is just a thought. This is just Ressie's thoughts, okay? But it brings me back to this live action question, right? Now, we have all these live action these live action movies coming out, and it's like, once again, Tiana is like an afterthought. The black one is an afterthought. I will say this though, Asha was the closest thing that I have seen to at least a female character of color who stayed a human throughout the entire portion of her own film. And I thought that was huge. And I thought she was beautiful. And I thought she had braids. And I thought that was magical. And she had a black mother. She did not have a black father. That's okay, because my kids don't have a black father, and that's fine. We can work around that. I think it just comes back to the Tiana thing. So we have, and I might miss some, but we have a Moana out. We have Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty to some extent because of Maleficent. We have, what did I say? Snow White. Who else am I missing? Little Mermaid, even though she was black. We got Lilo and Stitch. Pinocchio had his own live action movie. First of all, and I'm here for all of that. Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Mulan, everybody had their own live action movie. And I feel like at this point, even though she's not from the same studio, Merida's probably going to get her own movie before Tiana does. Here's the trick. Here's the catch. I don't entirely want Tiana to get her own live action movie for those exact, it's a question, right? How do we solve the problem of Tiana? The movie itself, I still think is a good movie. I just wish that she had more screen time as herself and not as a frog. A cute, adorable frog, but still a frog no less. Because if they make a live action movie the way that they've been making them, which is pretty close to how the animated film went, we can expect that a African American female actor is going to get very little screen time in the film. How do we solve the problem? This is a question I am posing to Disney. We would love to see it, or at least I would love to see it. I can't speak for everybody else, so I'm not even going to try. But I would love to see it. I just don't know if I want to see it, if it's gonna be like that. And I think what makes it so weird is there hasn't been any other attempts to redeem Tiana. Like, she didn't get a sequel, she didn't get a TV series. I think it's been talked about, but it hasn't actually happened. It's been canceled or backburned or something. So she hasn't even had a chance to recreate a different kind of story that maybe we could make a live action movie about, or even a Broadway musical. What would that even look like? So that was just kind of my thought as I was walking around the park today. I don't know why that thought came to my brain, but I was seeing, I've been seeing Disney putting them out. I've been seeing teasers of new ones getting ready to come out, and I'm like, I'm not trying to be bitter, but also I kind of a little bit am. The movie that came out after her is rumored to be in production. I don't know if it's true or not. But she's being passed over again. So I guess my final thought is, can we do right by Tiana? Can we do right by Tiana? Because right now, to me, she exists outside of her own movie, because in her movie, she was barely there. She exists as a Disney princess, which is wonderful, but kind of as a standalone in the lineup of Disney princesses, but not, you can't really be like, oh, I'm going to go watch Princess and the Frog to see Tiana. You're going to see her, like 10 minutes in the beginning, maybe 5 minutes at the end. That's how I feel about it. I'd love to see Tiana. I'd love to see more of that. I just don't know in the way that it is right now. I don't know. But anyway, those are just my thoughts. I'm not going to keep you long because I'm going to go get some water.